Hello my friends, it's Danny, and today I'm showing you how to make my clean and delicious lemon bars. These lemon bars have a biscuit-like whole wheat crust with a light, bright lemon curd over the top, which is firm and creamy. It's the perfect consistency. They're so good and they're so easy to make. First, I'd like to take a moment to thank Bob's Red Mill for partnering with me on this video. For over 3 decades, Bob's has been committed to providing people everywhere with the best quality foods available and helping their customers live a healthier life through better nutrition. They have one of the largest lines of organic whole grain foods in the country. All of their products are certified kosher and made from ingredients grown from non-GMO seeds. I am a huge fan of Bob's. I've been using their products for years. I highly recommend them. And if you guys want to learn more about them or check out any of their ingredients, I will leave a link down in the description box below. So to get started, I've got my oven preheating at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm gonna start by making my crust. So I've got a nice big bowl, and the first thing going in is 3/4 of a cup of Bob's stone ground whole wheat flour. Now, unlike refined flours, Bob's whole wheat flour includes the wheat germ, the bran, and the endosperm. So it still contains all of its nutrients, plus it's a great source of fiber, and it has 6 grams of protein per serving. Then I have 1/3 of a cup coconut oil, 1/4 cup maple syrup, and 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt. Then I'm just gonna begin to gently mix this all together. Now, I really love the whole wheat flour for the crust, but if you wanted a texture that was a little bit lighter, then I would recommend doing half of Bob's stone ground whole wheat flour and half of their fine pastry flour. That will get you a texture that's a little bit lighter. Both completely delicious, but as always, you've got options. Once your batter looks just like this, it's gonna be thick and a little bit shiny. You wanna transfer it into an 8x8 ceramic baking dish that's lined with some parchment paper. This just makes it a lot easier to get the bars out of the dish once they're done cooking. Now, the parchment paper doesn't just lay there, so what you have to do is you need to kind of hold it in place, get the dough into the center just like this, and then use your hands to start to pat the dough down, getting it as flat and even as you can, remembering to get it along the sides and into the corners as well. Don't get fanatic about it. It doesn't need to be perfect. As a matter of fact, I find when it doesn't look perfect, it gives it a little bit of a rustic, homemade, made with love kind of feel. So just have some fun with it. Once you've got the dough in the pan just the way you want it, pop it into your oven for 20 minutes or until it's fragrant, lightly browned, and set through. Then I'm just gonna let that cool on the counter while I make the filling. So I've got 6 eggs in a nice large bowl. Into that, I'm gonna be adding the zest from 1 large lemon, which is about 1 tablespoon plus 1 teaspoon of lemon zest. Then I have 1/2 cup of fresh squeezed lemon juice, 1/3 cup of honey, 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt, that's just gonna make all the flavors pop, and 4 teaspoons of coconut flour. Now, the coconut flour helps to thicken up the curd just a little bit so we get that creamy, firm texture. Now, if you didn't have the coconut flour, you could also sub in some arrowroot or some tapioca flour. All of these ingredients Bob's also carries, so if you want to check them out, the link will be down in the description box below. Then I like to mix this using a hand mixer. So you're just gonna get it low and slow, get everything going, and once you see all of the ingredients come together, you are on your way. Now, do note that the filling is gonna look very loose. You're gonna think that it's too liquidy, but it's not. This is exactly the way it's supposed to be. So when it's all done and it's all mixed together, this is the consistency you're looking for, and then you'll see that it thickens up as it cooks. So I'm gonna take the lemon mixture, pour it over my cooled crust. So then I'm gonna just pop this pan back into that 350 degree oven for 30 minutes or until it's set through with a little jiggle. You don't want it to be loose in the middle, but you're gonna see that it still has a little jiggle to it. Then it comes out of the oven and you gotta let this cool on the counter until it's completely cooled. So I usually let it sit on the counter for about an hour. Then I transfer it into the refrigerator where it sits for another 4 hours or until it's totally chilled. That's when you know your lemon bars are done and ready to go. From here, you wanna use a nice sharp knife to cut it into 16 squares, and then I like to give it a little sprinkle of powdered sugar right over the top. It's just so pretty, and it really brings the lemon bars to life. Now, if you weren't planning on eating them right away, they would last in your fridge covered tightly with some plastic wrap up to 3 days. And now for my friends who want these for the longer haul, if you wanted to make these ahead of time, they also freeze really well. So you can make the bars and then either freeze it in one big square or cut them into squares ahead of time and freeze them individually. These lemon bars would be perfect for any time you're wanting a clean and delicious, bright, sweet bite. My God. That sweet, creamy, bright lemon curd with the hearty whole wheat crust is the perfect combination. They play off each other so well. I cannot wait for y'all to give this recipe a try. And when you do, don't forget to snap a picture and tag me on Instagram and on Facebook so I can see all of the clean and deliciousness you're whipping up in your very own kitchens. Thank you once again to Bob's Red Mill for partnering with me on this video. If you guys want to learn more about them or check any of their products out, I've got a link for you down in the description box below. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm Danny Spies, and I'll see you back here next time with some more clean and deliciousness. Cheers!